Hail and matches adventures, welcome to the world of Baldur's Gate 3. It's me, the Spot King, and I present you my new monk build for Way of the Shadow Monk. Finally, we get into this awesome class and subclass. So for our today's race of choice, we will be picking any race. For our race of choice, I picked half-elf just to take this Fey ancestry to get protection from being charmed and putting ourselves into sleep. We get a little bit of dark vision, and from wood half-elf we get increased movement speed, but honestly you can pick whatever race you like. Nice picks could be dwarf for extra hit points in the late game, or halfling for additional lucky dices and other stuff. So our class of course is monk, and our background is criminal. We are stealthy shadow monk who was criminal. To get skill proficiency in deception and stealth, we will rely on stealth tactics a lot with this archetype, and that's important. So for our abilities, we're going all in. We get in dexterity, constitution, and wisdom. Wisdom and dexterity are our main attributes, and basically we're getting 0 into intelligence, 0 charisma, 0 strength, and adding +2 into intelligence, adding +1 into wisdom. So already on first time when we can get feats, we will get this feat to round up these attributes, and that's great. So just like that, we're ready to go into the game, and let's proceed. So on level 2, every monk, because we're not picking subclass yet, gets these additional key points that you can use for your action. Now you get same actions as rogue, so basically you can use bonus action and key point to get this option to dash and to increase your movement speed, disengage, or even get an advantage on dexterity saving throws and inflicting disadvantage on enemy attack roll. Very nice if you need to stay in the place against powerful enemies. Level 3. Now we can finally pick our subclass, and today we're making Way of the Shadow Monk. I already got all builds for all other subclasses, so you will probably see them in the pinned comment. For Way of the Shadow Monk we get awesome actions, and they will be used in different types and forms. Most importantly, we're getting cantrip that we can use while we are hidden, so that's like one of the most important cantrips for us to keep our stealthy type going on, and I will show you how just in a minute. You get in this Shadow Arts Hide, so now you can basically hide with bonus action like rogue do. You get this Shadow Arts Pass without trace, you can use 2 key points, and until long rest you will get +10 bonus to stealth checks. Very cool stuff. You can basically cast darkness, and this will help you to survive and be stealthy too. And most importantly, you can spend your key points to get dark vision. So if your race not providing this dark vision, as this monk, you can cast it this stuff and basically see in the darkness when you cast it. And of course you get silence, so if you need to just silence enemy mages before you're going into them, then basically just go and cast this stuff. So let me show you how to play this monk in early game. So your bread and butter will be this Shadow Arts Pass without trace, basically cast it on yourself and you get this +10 on stealth checks while you're concentrating on this spell. And you don't have any other concentration spells, only darkness and silence, and I will call the spells like just in case you need it, you can cast it. So key points will recharge on short rest. That means that you can cast dark vision on yourself if your race not providing this, and you will be left without any key points, and you can just press on short rest and regain these key points. So in early game, use your quarter staff. It's still doing nice damage. So basically it's doing 1d8 +3 bonus damage, and that's basically will be your main weapon of choice. When you land in your hit on enemy, you will get ability to use next hit with bonus action. So if enemy is nearby and you can use it, why not to use it? It's very nice stuff. But right now we don't have enough movement speed to do so. So basically as monk you want to be as mobile as possible. Always use your actions if you got enough key points. So always use this dash and basically dash into shadows or somewhere where you will see at least slightly obscured zone. So you can check it by pressing shift button, and if you see this sun, it means it's sunny area. If you see this like half sun, it's semi-obscured, and you can see like complete shadow. So basically you want to go and hide somewhere. Right now you can't hide, we're just changing our position. And why we need this minor illusion? To basically turn enemies outside of us. We want to cast it over here, for example, so they will turn over here, and if they fail they checks, we can go and hide somewhere with our bonus action and attack from the shadow. And you always can press shift to see where enemies looking right now. There will be like red areas, so when, for example, enemy threaten you, he will provoke opportunity attack, but we will use a minor illusion. So he will turn around. He failed investigation. We can use our disengage action. So when enemies not looking, you can use a bonus action to hide and go and hide somewhere. This is last location where you've been seen. So you need to go and find somewhere where you can actually hide. Most of the time you need some boxes, some corners, and enemies will try to find you. But if they fail, you will get advantage on your attack rolls. And that is a way of Shadow Monk actually. You just go, hide, come from the shadows, sneak up behind your enemies, and dump them with your flurry of blows or your basic weapons. But the fun begins when you level up a little bit more. So level 4 gives you ability to get resistance to falling damage, and you can fall with just half damage taken. Very nice. Most importantly, you get additional feat, ability improvement, and you get dexterity and constitution. This will improve your hit points, your damage, and your chance to hit enemies. On level 5 you get cool actions, Stunning Strike, and you can do it with weapon or unarmored. And you get additional extra attacks, so now you can do 2 attacks in 1 turn, as any other martial classes. Cloak of Shadows gives you invisibility, but only if you're obscured, so you need to go in these semi-obscured places in the shadows and you can be invisible. Level 6. Now you can start using your fists instead of your weapon. First of all, you get an additional movement speed if you're not wearing armor or using shield, so you don't want to use this stuff on Monk. You get an additional key points and you get key empowered strikes. Now your fists will overcome enemies' resistance. Very cool stuff. And of course you get in your bread and butter action, Shadow Step. As bonus action, you can teleport from one shadow to another shadow and you will get advantage on your next melee attack roll. Very cool and fun stuff. So from now on, just forget about this stuff and just go with your fists. When you find shadows, you can use this Cloak of Shadows and basically becoming invisible. But if you come on the lighting, like on the light, you will lose this stuff. So make sure not to stay on the light. Be careful. Use your Cloak of Shadows and walk only on the shadows, just like that. And you can teleport from one shadow to another shadow with Shadow Step, just like this. And now you get advantage on your next attack roll, and that's cool. So level 7 gives you evasion. Now you get proficiency in dexterity saving throws, or even better, you basically get in half damage if you fail saving throw with dexterity, and you get no damage if you succeed with it. Next up you get the Stillness of Mind, and if you are charmed or frightened, you automatically cast Stillness of Mind to remove this condition. So right now, as elf, if you're playing half elf too, you get resistance to sleep and basically resistance to being charmed or frightened. 100% resistance, very cool. Level 8 is next level when we get additional feat. And we want to max out our dexterity. Dexterity is main attribute for our Shadow Monk. And right now our fist is deadly, basically deadly. Level 9 we get additional advanced unarmored movement, and difficult terrain doesn't slow us down. That's very cool, and we can jump additional 6 meters while we're wearing no armor. That's why when you're playing Monk you don't want to have armor at all. And don't forget, as Monk, you get this unarmored defense, and your wisdom modifier goes to your armor class, same as dexterity. So, level 10 Monk, we get this awesome purity of body, and we immune to poison damage. Additional movement speed. Level 11, we get this awesome class feature. So, we get this Shadow Strike, and we can cast it while being unarmed or with our weapon. Of course, as a Monk, we actually want to go without weapons, because right now our fist starting to do 1d8 damage instead of 1d6, and that's crazy. So basically our fists doing same weapons, same damage as our stuff before, and these fists can't be resisted by any resistances. That's cool. Level 12, basically you get more key points and additional feat. So for last feat, I would recommend to just go and get more wisdom. Additional feats to consider is alert to gain +5 bonus to initiative, and we can't be surprised. So basically in every fight we will be first one who making his turns most of the time. Although one thing to consider is mobile. So we get this additional speed increase by 3 meters. If we move after we attack, we're not provoking any opportunity attacks, so that's cool to be mobile. And when we dash in difficult terrain, doesn't slow us down. That's already happened, we got this protection for difficult terrain. And that's basically your choice. Do you want to be more mobile and get this feature, or you just want +1 more to your AC? So sometimes it's cool to get mobile, if it's like your play style. And even without wisdom, you will get 18 AC, pretty nice AC. So how to play this monk in the late game? While you still can rely on your minor illusion to distract your enemies, I recommend to just ungroup from your party with the monk and go find some areas where you can go and be invisible. And basically stand nearby your party, but be always hidden. Be always in the shadows. And when the fight starts, you're the one who in the shadows. And while party fighting right now, we get this advantage. And if enemies staying in some obscured areas like this semi-obscured area, your party members can actually lure them in these areas. So right now, if these guys will go and attack our Lae'zel, we can sneak up behind them and do some advantage attacks. Or we can use our Cloak of Shadows to be completely invisible even in their sight, if they're staying in these areas. Or right now they're watching over here. As you can see, this red area is where the enemy is watching. So we basically can sneak up behind them, and we can start with any actions you like. We can go with Shadow Step, just we will teleport and get this advantage. So from the shadows he comes with advantage attack, just like that, and fight starts. So we get additional attack, and most importantly, after hitting our melee attack, we will get this bonus melee attack from bonus section, or we can use our Flurry of Blows. It will do 2 attacks with bonus action in the melee range. Or we can use our Stunning Strike, it uses action. So you can start with any attack. Stunning Strike is nice if you have advantage, and you can continue with Unarmed Strike and then with bonus Unarmed Strike. That will be over here. Always watch over here. This will be bonus actions that you can use to deal additional damage with your Unarmed Strike. So while being pretty easy, straightforward class, we got cool features. First of all, we get this awesome movement speed. So we can go to one target, attack him just easily. Go to another target and we can attack him too. And even then we can travel large distances. And don't forget, we get nice jumping distance too. So with our movement speed we can go up to this point, but with our jump we can go a little bit further. And we can travel a little bit more. So always use this jump bonus action as monk to travel to your enemies. And if fights will be in these semi-obscured, obscured places, that's what you want. So you want to disengage a little bit, use your Shadow Step. This will be bonus action and you will get advantage. And if you're fighting targets like this, that's like very cool stuff to have advantage and have high hit chance. It's better to hit than not to hit. Of course you can use your Stunning Strike. And then after you engaged in the combat, you can go and disengage from the combat. You get this large movement speed, so you basically run around in the shadows and attack, engage, disengage, and that's your play style of Shadow Monk. And when you get used to this stuff, to going, attacking one enemy, going to another enemy, using your actions, bonus actions, your key points for some different attacks, and engaging, disengaging constantly, you will have a lot of fun with this type of monk and gameplay. Going in shadows, outside of the shadows, very cool and very fun. And don't forget, you get this awesome Shadow Strike. So to use this awesome Shadow Strike, you need to be in hidden position. So you need to go outside of the view, first of all. And then you need to use your bonus action Hide. After you use it, you can use this Shadow Strike, unarmed attack, and basically teleport to your enemy with advantage to attack him with crazy power. It will be 1d8 plus 5 from your melee attack and plus 3d8 psychic damage. Additionally, after this you can use your bonus attack, so you still can use other stuff and other features, and basically then you go and disengage again. So if you're enjoying this gameplay loop, you will definitely enjoy this awesome Shadow Monk. and you will have a lot of fun playing him, engaging, disengaging, running around. So that's like cool class. And I hope you enjoyed this build and you will enjoy playing it in Baldur's Gate 3. Watch other cool videos on the screen right now and see you in the next videos, guys.